Have you ever stopped to think about what really makes you choose one brand over another? Well, I can tell you it's not magic. It's actually a powerful strategy called the marketing mix, and today we are going to break it all down.
Seriously, just think about the last thing you bought. Could have been a coffee, could have been a new phone. Whatever it was, that decision wasn't random. Nope. It was the result of a very deliberate, very powerful formula that businesses use to connect with you. And that is exactly what we're diving into today.
You can think of it like the ultimate recipe for a business. You have to get all the ingredients just right. The right product, at the right price, in the right place, with the right promotion. It's the essential toolkit for turning a really great idea into a smash hit success.
So where do we even begin with this recipe? Well, it all starts with 4 core ingredients. These are the foundational blocks that every single business, I don't care if it's a software giant or your local sneaker shop, absolutely has to get right. It really all boils down to these 4 core pillars, the famous 4 Ps. What you're selling, how much you're going to charge for it, where your customers can actually find it, and of course, how you're going to tell them it even exists. Let's break these down one by one.
Okay, let's kick things off with the 2 pillars that are really the heart of any business: what you're actually selling and how you decide what it's worth to someone. This is all about product and price.
See, a product is never just the physical thing, right? It's the packaging, the design, that feeling of trust and reliability it gives you. All of these intangible qualities, they all mix together to create something incredibly powerful, the brand image.
And that brand image, it has real financial power. I mean, just look at Apple. You're not just buying a phone, you're buying into an entire ecosystem, a reputation for quality, a certain kind of status. The brand itself becomes one of the product's most valuable features, and that's what allows them to command that premium price.
Now, what's so fascinating here is how 2 completely opposite pricing strategies can both be wildly successful. On one hand, you can use market skimming, like Apple did, launching a totally unique product at a super high price for all those early adopters. Or you could go the other way with penetration pricing, maybe offering a dirt-cheap introductory subscription to just rapidly build a massive customer base. The right choice? It's all about what your end goal is.
Okay, so you have a great product, and you've got the right price, but that's pretty useless if nobody knows about it or can't find it anywhere, right? And that brings us to our next 2 Ps, place and promotion. How do you actually get your product into your customers' hands, and how do you get the word out?
What we're talking about here is the distribution channel. It's a vital and often kind of invisible part of the whole marketing mix. Your choice of where to sell, whether it's directly from your website, in huge retail stores, or in tiny little boutiques, that decision radically changes who you can reach and help people see your brand.
So many of the products we buy pass through several hands before they ever get to us. A manufacturer sells a huge quantity to a wholesaler, who then sells smaller batches to a retailer, who finally sells just one to you. Yeah, each step adds a middleman, but it also helps that product reach a way wider market than the manufacturer ever could on their own. And finally, we get to promotion. And listen, this is so much more than just running a few ads. It's the entire communication strategy. It's about letting people know your product exists, persuading them that it's the absolute right choice for them, and constantly reinforcing that brand image. It's really about building a lasting relationship with your audience.
But what happens when you're not selling a physical object? Something you can just put in a box.
So, yeah, the original 4 Ps don't really capture services perfectly. I mean, you can't hold a haircut in your hand, you can't touch a plane flight. Because with services, the experience is the product. And that's exactly why the marketing mix was expanded with 3 more crucial elements.
So let's take a look at these additions, because they're often the real secret sauce for a service business. People, process, and physical evidence.
This one sentence just perfectly captures the essence of people. Think about it. The skill and the sheer enthusiasm of a tour guide, or the empathy of a hotel receptionist, or the expertise of a consultant, that directly shapes the value of the service you're getting. In the world of services, your employees are basically your brand's walking, talking billboards. The process is the customer's entire journey, from the moment they book an appointment to the final follow-up. A well-designed process feels totally seamless, totally positive. But a bad process, like, say, a long, disorganized queue at a theme park, that can ruin the whole experience, even if the rides themselves are great.
So since you can't touch a service before you buy it, you instinctively hunt for clues. This is what we call physical evidence. It could be a restaurant's elegant decor,
a lawyer's really professional business card, or a website's slick, clean design. These are the tangible signals that build trust and scream quality.
The real takeaway here, the big idea, is that these elements, whether you're talking about the original 4 or the extended 7, they can't just exist in a vacuum. The real magic happens when they're all blended together into one seamless, powerful strategy.
A luxury spa is just a perfect example of this harmony in action. The highly trained people, the seamless process, and the calming physical evidence, they all work together. They create this consistent message of pure quality and relaxation that makes the premium price feel totally justified and makes the promotion in those fancy magazines feel completely authentic. You see, every piece supports all the others.
Ultimately, getting this mix right is how a great idea becomes a sustainable, profitable business. It's how companies build that deep customer loyalty, turning first-time buyers into people who will advocate for your brand for the rest of their lives.
And that leaves us with a final thought for today's totally digital world. As technology reshapes how we shop, how we connect, has one of these P's become the most powerful of all? Is it the infinite shelf space of place on the internet, or is it the hyper-targeted power of digital promotion? You know, the marketing mix is always evolving, and the answer to that question is probably changing as we speak.